Hello and welcome back to the Tipping Stars podcast. This is episode 22. We're back today. We've had a bit of time away, but we're here. We had the Switch 2 Direct yesterday where they announced a lot of new stuff. And then afterwards they announced some other stuff. And we're going to talk about all of it today. I'm joined by Jack Division, J Matthew, Nindude, the Nathan709, and what's this? The birthday boy is here. Brandon Dolphin Arena.
Ooh, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Brandon. Happy birthday to you.
I don't like how close JR got to me there.
A beautiful symphony.
No, not again, not again. You are not Olive Garden, don't do this.
We're singing it 21 times, actually.
Happy birthday to Applebee's to you. We sing this very song on this special day to you. Yeah.
Dude,
like
I
that.
All
hate
the viewers,
when
you
that
missed
happens
it. You missed it
at
on the video.
restaurants.
Well, everyone please drop a happy birthday Brandon in the chat.
You're always forgive me because it's not your fault.
Because if you couldn't tell, it is Brandon's birthday today. What a wonderful time. And what a wonderful time to talk about this Direct. How did we generally feel about it, first of all? Before, we get into the kind of other stuff afterwards, would you guys say that, this was a good Direct, a middling one? How do we generally feel?
This was a
One
good
of the-
direct, but everything after.
Not talking about the aftermath. This was one of the best directs in the last couple of years, in my opinion.
You shaking your head, Jason?
Yeah. I thought it was pretty good and exciting. But I don't want to. It wasn't underwhelming, but it was just I don't know. I felt like I was missing something. Some of the things just didn't make the mark of excitement. One of the things was the big reveal of the Nintendo Discord. Wow, great.
I will say with that, and I mean we'll get to that, but I feel like it was the big kind of, they treated it as a big thing for a feature that's finally. It's a very kind of standardized thing. But we'll go through chronologically of what they showed off. So first of all, what we knew was coming, Mario Kart, the new Mario Kart, which is now we know as Mario Kart World. This is the first new proper Mario Kart game. We've had Tour, we've had Home Circuit and stuff, but since Mario Kart 8, it has been 11 years. By the time this comes out, kids are starting secondary school that were born at the same time as Mario Kart 8, and now we finally have a new one, and it is a proper step forward for the series. JR, you look very excited. Do you wanna give us your thoughts?
Dude, my little brother is younger than the span of time between these games. He's 8. He just turned 8.
That's weird. Yeah.
Bro was born after Mario Kart 8.
Promise it.
Yeah. And I mean obviously I'm gonna get it and day one, all that stuff. It's just because this even because of the price or whatever, but they got me. They got me. You know what I mean? I've been a Mario Kart, fanatic since forever. I love competitive Mario Kart and all that, and this to me feels like the next level Mario Kart, this feels like its own kind of thing. Even with I feel like Knockout Tour is just open world road trip type style. I am so in. And how the Knockout Tour, they showed it at the Treehouse Live thing that was today. I of course watched that, and it's just seamless. You are driving through each of the maps, and it's quadruple the Grand Prix. And I love the concept of top 12 then top 8, and then it's you get knocked out or whatever. And then you have Grand Prix as your traditional Mario Kart. It's so freaking cool, man. I freaking love it.
Yeah.
It's so awesome.
I like
I'm
pronouncing
so
it that way, JR too.
What? Grand Prix.
Grand Prix.
Grand
Yeah.
Prix. No,
That's what it's called, Grand Prix.
No.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
absolutely,
Yeah.
you're
Grand
right.
Prix.
You're right.
Yeah, no, never mind.
No, you
you're
were right.
right.
You're right. You're
I mean,
right.
you're
You're
right.
right.
no, it's
Both
Grand Prix.
do not
I like-
listen to the naysayers. Everyone is just a hater at the end of the day.
Yeah, everyone's just a hater.
Yeah, that's what it's
Everyone's
called,
saying
Grand Prix.
Prix.
I should know. I should know.
You should know he
Everyone
named
else
it.
is a liar.
He gets
I
it.
mean, I've been called a Grand Prix. Anyway.
He,
what?
he plays as Baby Mario, guys. Come on, he's a pro. Like we have,
No.
we have to.
You should
Yeah,
play
That's
as
the Double Dash guy is maybe Mario.
You should play as
Is
a
there-
Baby Mario and Baby Luigi are the best characters, canonically for sure.
Not anymore.
Mario
The
Big
cow.
Big
The
Big
cow.
You're right. Sorry, the cow is the best one.
That is a huge thing that we all after the direct ended, we were looking through the trailer again and we were like, oh my god, they just added anything that breathes. Like
Literally.
like
I
the
can't
dolphin
wait to
from
play-
Dolphin Shoals,
That's
the
literally
penguin
what-
from Mario 64.
The
Did I
Moo
see
cow.
the skeleton?
I
See
heard
like the
snowman
skeleton
was in there
fish
too.
thing too?
Oh my God,
Did I
it's
see
like-
that,
Yes.
or am I-
Yes.
Piranha
I
skeleton.
can't wait to play as the dolphin that's literally just hovering over the bike. It's so
Wait,
hilarious.
is that the
so
one with the
funny.
green eyes and the big beak? With the
That's
big.
Spike.
Oh, I
That's
like
in there.
I like that one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Are
that's
they
the Cataquack, but the
in there.
Cataquack is in there too.
are
No,
they
because, like,
playable?
You see
yes, they are. Because we were in like the trailer, they showed off a bunch of like different characters and such. But then like when they were showing the hardware, they'd be like, "Look at this clip from Mario Kart World," and you're like, "Is that Nabbit like in the corner?" And you're like, "Wait, no, is that like the Pokey from the Desert World?" And it's like, is that a coin that you can play as? Is that
the damn bat from
It's not a
Mario
coin.
World? What is going on?
And I really
It's like, you know what? I'm not buying the next Mario Kart. I'm not buying it because it doesn't have fan favorite characters like the bat or the cow from Moo Moo Meadows. And then Nintendo listened finally.
I know.
I really like when
You get to play as
Mario.
Matt the Brat.
They're like, you know what? Let's
the
not
Brad-
put
Brad-
three different versions of Cat Peach. Let's actually put in some obscure random characters, and I'm down for it, man. I'm down to
Jason,
play as
what
the
do you
Moo Moo
like?
Meadow.
Let's talk about when Mario ate the big burger and then his costume changed. Cause that wow, man, that had me going.
Yeah.
That had me because I feel like I
I've been
do
waiting
that
for
too,
that.
and that hasn't been represented in games before. You eat
Or
a
how about-
burger and do a costume change.
How about when they go
Serious?
through
Yeah.
the big semi truck and it gives them like a bullet bill like boost through
Yeah.
the track? Have you seen that?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I'm doing that
That
right
is
now.
crazy.
I'm doing that right now.
He's gonna change outfit when he finishes that sandwich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also
Oh,
really
fun
like
game.
that you can like Tony Hawk grind on rails and stuff.
That is
That's genuinely sick.
You can jump across the walls too,
I-
like bouncing
Yeah.
back and forth.
Dude, that's gonna be
I
like
think
the
after,
new
like,
competitive like gimmick you gotta learn is like go railing, then drifting. Like railing is the new drifting, and it looks so cool.
Yeah.
We've
And then
all
you can
been
just drive
saying
on
it.
walls.
You're
You
great.
can drive
at
on
that.
walls, and you can like freaking go to the other wall and get a boost. It's crazy.
Yeah. I
So
think
many ways to get
I
past
think
it.
after 10 years, that's like a needed thing. Like innovation in Mario Kart could just been the same.
Mm.
Especially after having 10 years of Mario Kart 8.
Yeah, 10 years of
Like,
like the wall
Yeah, it's
riding.
a fun
and-
game, but and
Yeah,
the,
the
the
anti-gravity
DLC
stuff.
definitely helped. The DLC definitely helped a bit, but like this is what this excites me a lot. Like I think what was I was 10 years old. I think I was in like the 4th grade. Didn't even have a Wii U at the time when Mario Kart 8 came out. But like
I remember
waiting
it was
for this
the
for a
it was the first game I ever pre-ordered. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
It was the
I
first
think-
like limited edition game I ever got.
mm,
Was Mario
yeah.
Kart 8 on Wii U.
I specifically remember my when I got the game and my dad seen it for the first time and he was like mind blown at like the graphics. Because we used to play Mario Kart Wii a lot, but we seen like Mario Kart 8 and he was like, "Dude, what?" Like
I do.
But,
that was my reaction too. Was like I played a bunch of Wii at like my
Yeah.
cousin's house, and then like my mom got the Wii U for like Christmas when I was like I think like 8 or something like that, and yeah, it was like mind blowing the jump. But yeah, we were just kind of. But then, yeah, it's like let's really blow them out of the water with this one because they're gonna be stuck with this for the next 10 years.
I think
Did you- that's a-
the thing with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe when they added like all the booster course pass stuff is to me it felt kind of like a Smash Ultimate thing of like, well, where do they go from here? You've got like loads of
Yeah.
characters. You've got like every track. How can they improve upon this for the next one? And then they did this whole thing of there's way more new mechanics, and it's like there's all the free roam stuff, and it's like, oh, that's how. And it's like I would never have thought of that kind of stuff, but it's just so cool that it's such a massive step forward from the standard formula that we've always had.
Yeah, because now
It
that they
makes-
have 8 Deluxe, where it's just like pretty much classic Mario Kart with all the classic DLC courses now and tour and all that, it's like now it's like they can definitely take a step in a different direction and do something like even crazier and just because you got classic Mario Kart and then you got this new innovation Mario Kart.
Yeah,
that's, like,
especially
not afraid to be
considering
different.
you'll be able to play 8 Deluxe on the Switch too. You have both on the same system.
yeah.
It's probably something that sort of made them feel more comfortable with taking that kind of risk.
Yeah.
Do you think they're gonna add like retro tracks in this game, or do you think that's just
They've shown
They
some,
already
yeah.
got a few.
Yeah, yeah.
They have DK Pass
okay?
on there.
I heard the Toad Factory music at some point
Oh, I
So-
hope so.
in the background.
Ooh.
So
they're like,
that's
I was just gonna say, like, I think that they're doing the retro tracks, but they're like completely like revamping them. Like the Shy Guy Bazaar from the 3D
3DS. Yeah.
3DS is coming
Oh.
back, but I think they showed like a clip of it, but it doesn't look like it's
Yeah.
like
They
exactly.
They
the
did race. They did race through it at the treehouse. It does look a little different. Like they even got like railings and stuff incorporated. So yeah, I think
Yeah.
they are kind of revamping them. Even DK Pass looked a little bit different too.
Yeah, and also to make it all interconnected and everything. I think that's the best way to go about it because you can't be playing like SNES Mario Circuit 3 and it's like blocks and you're like, whoa, finally they brought it back. Like who
Whoa.
cares? Like we like make it like break like making like
Rails
like,
in the blocks,
reinventing
and that's it?
ideas.
Having like a continuous Grand Prix that just like never stops, like you're driving into the next course or to the next round,
That's-
is so cool. Like
It's
Grand
smart,
Prix,
it's really
they played it on like I was like that's what I was hoping for whenever they showed the trailer at the direct, and then the Treehouse confirmed that that's how it works, at least for Knockout Tour. Grand Prix is a little different. They like drive and then it's like okay now it's over, but then when they start again, you're starting from the first round and then you're driving into the next one. So but like I'm still like but I think that's like to kind of keep the tradition of how Grand Prix works, but like for Knockout Tour they're not afraid to like do it differently, and like that's exactly how it works. You just drive into the next course, which is just so cool.
Yeah, that's as much as I've seen today. I tuned in for a sec just to see what they were showing, and I went back and watched the Mario Kart because I was interested to see how they're gonna do because I heard them talk about that in the direct, how they're just gonna seamlessly go into the next track. So yeah, no, I think it's cool. It's a different way to go about it. Things gonna be,
I think
it's a good step up.
I'll say Birthday Boy up there is awful quiet. Do you have any opinions on Mario Kart you'd like to share?
Birthday Boy is awful sleepy.
Birthday Boy. Tell me.
Game looks pretty good. Mario Kart's cool. I really enjoy it. I don't enjoy it enough to be a system seller for me specifically, which is obviously not their market. Their market is not like, oh, it's just me. So it's like, it looks really cool. I'll play it, but I'm not like, I need to play this like right now. I'm like, there's like 8 others. Like, it looks cool. There's a few new features, but I'm like, it's fine. We're not talking about the elephant in the room, but man, that elephant, it do be there.
That elephant is like
What
it's
were we
like
talking
the
about
Mario
earlier?
elephant from Mario Wonder, and it's like
Yeah.
standing in the corner, and it's
We'll get there later on.
we'll get there.
Oh, we can. Do we want to talk about it at least a little bit?
But I think
Like,
we should
I
stay
just have a-
positive. We should.
Let's get through the nice stuff and then get to the massive
Well, I have
Mario
a
elephant
positive
that
thing to
spoils it
say
all.
that could justify that thing is like I just want to also say that like they've shown so much about that game, and yet we have another direct for the game in like 2 weeks, which is insane.
Mm.
Like
I forgot
how
that they're
much
doing
more
that.
can they show? And at least like I'm hoping they show something crazy or like
I'm
add so much where it kind of justifies this price almost.
I'm predicting a story mode. I think that's
Yeah, it makes
Yeah.
sense.
I
That's
think-
something
yeah.
that people
Yeah.
have been asking for. It's you've had it in like Diddy Kong Racing and Crash Team Racing, and those are also
I
the
think-
racing games that had
Honestly, with
kind of
free
hub
roam, I
worlds
could
and
see that
stuff.
happening. Yeah.
Exactly, that's kind of like the hub worlds
Mario-
from those games. So I can
Mario Kart,
really see them doing that.
Mario Kart DS also had like a mission mode as well,
Mm-hmm.
which would be kind of interesting to bring back.
I hope they put
I'm
Gino
also
in there.
hoping.
They're
They
putting
have-
everyone in. They will.
Think Gino will come
I'm
back.
also
You
hoping-
got the Dolphin Shoals Dolphin and not Gino.
They did that Treehouse Live thing too. I didn't get to watch much of it, but I'm sure that probably showed off some more too, as well.
Yeah, no, I watched it. They just did Grand Prix. They
Voice
showed
crack.
off a little bit of. Okay. They showed off a little bit of They did a Grand Prix tour. They did a knockout tour, and then they showed a little bit of free roam. And that
You
was
just
pretty
keep
much it.
saying it.
Well, it's the right. That's what they're called.
That's how you say it. That's how I've always said it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. 100%.
Yeah.
Can't
Grand
But
Prix itself, that's what you said.
You guys seen
But
the
I
case designs and the cover art designs? I want to talk about that a little bit.
Oh,
Okay, yeah, let's get into that because those things are
Yeah.
ugly as hell.
So listen,
Yeah.
so I saw that the cases are like a clear red, so it's just like the Switch cases, but they're red. And then like I get they want to differentiate the cover art. So instead of having like the square in the top left with the logo on it, they have a big red bar going across the top, which is fine. But like you could have put the Switch logo here, and then the rest of like with the 2, and then the Nintendo Switch logo there. They just crammed it all right in the middle, so now there's a huge red bar across it. That's different though. That's like a
Yeah.
little like swoop.
Yeah, that's not the
Giving me-
same. It's not
could have
because the
easily
Switch
done what.
the Switch 2 one is like a complete just full horizontal chunk.
I mean, yeah,
But,
that's
like-
true.
And you can't spread out the Wii U logo like that across a whole bar. It's not like thin
No.
and wide enough.
Did you see? I seen like an edit where they had like the logo kind of spread a bit more
Yeah,
That's
saw
what I
that.
would do.
in like the space, which
It
looks
looked
a lot
it
better.
looked way better. Yeah, it's just the fact it's so much empty red space, and it just like
Yeah,
it looks awful.
It's
And
the
there
little
was
logo.
this tweet going around showing the Metroid Prime 4 box art on the Switch 1 and then the Switch 2, and it's like, oh my god, it looked so much worse. Like just the amount of space, it just looked like crammed in there. So you finding it, Jason?
I'm just trying to. I just want to see it.
I think I sent it to our group chat, but it's
This
just
one?
like, yeah, like that compared to the Switch 1 box art,
yeah.
just like it's such a downgrade.
Looks ugly.
It looks very ugly. The one
The
upside
one box.
is that the spines will have like actual art on them. They won't be just.
Oh,
pure
really?
red.
I heard that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Is
Yeah, I
So
heard
that's nice.
How is
but
there enough space for it? Is it a thicker case?
I don't think so.
No.
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't
they're
know
just-
how
they're
they,
just- they're just
they,
gonna,
they
like-
haven't.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just
they're just gonna
red.
cram it in, but they haven't shown it for any like actual games. But they showed like an example of it.
Oh.
Yeah, they
So that's
showed it
kind
for
of
Donkey
nice, but-
Kong, and
Did they?
yeah,
Oh, I
like
didn't
it's
see
funny
that.
because like
Now I will
it-
say
yeah.
the one box art, the Donkey Kong box art looks crazy.
It looked. The box art itself
That one
looks so
looks-
good. It's such a shame the fucking
Yeah.
giant red chunk is like
Yeah.
on top of it.
The intern at Nintendo was like, "This is a great box, but how can we make this so much worse? Let's add a fourth of a red square at the top that covers up, and then the bottom half will put tiny text,
You know, what reminds me of.
and then all the Nintendo employees were like, and then they were like, let's get drinks. Drinks are on me tonight, and that's exactly how that went. I know I was there.
all the
I was,
You were the one who suggested it.
Yeah, I
And we're
was.
gonna
And
throw stones at you
The
later
fact that
for
you're all
that,
are making
but-
fun of it is actually really hurting my feelings right now.
it reminds me of the new 3DS like cases, but obviously this
Oh,
looks a little bit
yeah.
better.
Yeah, I
Still,
get
though,
what you
it's
I get what you
incredible.
mean. But yeah,
Well, the thing about that, yeah, the logo's more like
Yeah, at least it actually
across
fits and
the
fills
top.
it out. Like this is just right little tiny smidge of it in the middle, which is just
a
doesn't
little
make any
dot in the middle.
sense.
There's a big red blob.
like it'll still be different enough if you just spread the logo out. Like why does the
Yeah.
logo have to be that?
yeah, it's a shame. But we'll move on to the next thing. So they revealed what the C button does. It's the Discord button, Nintendo Discord. You can now chat in like the system itself, which is a massive step for Nintendo. They should have done this on like the Wii U.
They did with the Wii U chat.
Yeah.
I didn't experience it, so I don't know how it actually worked, but
I did. It was
think
like
I used
it was like FaceTime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
But,
couldn't like play games,
I
right? As you like.
Yeah, no.
oh okay.
But
I think me and Liam used to call on that a little bit, like twice. We just,
Yeah.
just
I mean,
just called.
The way I looked at it, it's like definitely like gonna be really cool and good for like the younger kids now. Like, cause I was talking about it with well, as you guys know, I'm twitchy. How like I remember when we were in middle school, how we played with each other was like we just called each other on our phones, because that was all that we had. So like for kids that was like kind of in middle school doing it at our age now, that's gonna be amazing for them. But yeah, for like us though, like we have no real reason to use it.
I like it too because that's a lot safer than having kids go on Discord and like use Discord.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So
I do
I'm
look
kind of
like that.
that's why I'm kind of here for it and glad that it's at
and
least
also like
happening.
really young kids who don't have phones
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah.
Like they can actually like talk to their friends while they play.
And
So it is like a
and there's
very good
parental-
thing. It's just like a bit late.
yeah, there's parental controls as well. So like, if kids
Mm.
kids can use it.
They have to
safely.
like pick who they can talk to.
Yeah.
Like only close friends or something like that, or like you can't join online lobbies. I
I-
think it's kind of sucks that it's locked behind a paywall, like with the online. Like they'll give you some time, like with it. So
For a
like,
year,
like
I think, isn't it? Isn't the
What,
deal
for
like?
a year.
I think it's like isn't like a for the first year of the Switch 2, it's free, but then after that you have to pay for it, and then that button on your controller just
think
doesn't
so,
work
something
unless
like
you
that. Or
pay for the
maybe, like,
button.
or only like 6 months or something like that.
It's free until March of 2026.
So until
Okay,
then you have to,
So
and after that your
it's
your
free.
button no longer works unless you pay for your button on
Yeah.
your physical
You
controller.
have to
It's like-
subscribe to the button.
Yeah.
it's like on a Roku remote when it has like the Netflix button, but you don't have Netflix, and you
Yeah.
click on it, and then it's like sign up for that, and it's like this is stupid. So yeah.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Like it's like again, like it's great that they're doing that for children. I think it's a very like again like having them not necessarily like without phones, and also like making sure that they're like like Discord and stuff like that. But like paywall,
Yeah.
that's all I gotta say.
I mean,
I'm glad
that
it's
is
an
just the
option.
business part that they have to incorporate. Like,
True. Yeah.
literally, it's the gaming industry norm now that they do that, which sucks. But,
I think what's kind of
Yeah.
fun about it though is that it isn't locked to when you're playing a game with someone, that you can all be playing different games and screen sharing what you're doing. I think that's kind of fun, even though like the
Yeah.
screen shares were all running at like 2 frames per second. It's like
Yeah.
it's kind of cool that that's like even a thing. But yeah, I mean we have Discord. I mean I don't know how much
Yeah.
we'll be
I'm-
using this, but
I'm just happy that it's an option now. Like people who don't have anything like this, like we just said, like can chat. Interesting how the mic's like you only have a mic, little tiny mic on the Switch console itself. So I'm wondering how
yeah.
far that can reach.
I'm also thinking
That's
because
kind of
like
It's like-
my Switch here is behind my TV, and I'm like,
Yeah.
is that gonna be an issue? I don't know exactly how well that's gonna work.
I have two thoughts
And,
about
like,
about the
how-
camera. Sorry, go on.
Oh, I was just gonna say, and like honestly, I'm a little shocked that like I just can't fathom how it's able to reach from across the room and cancel out all the noise going on. That's
Yeah.
like
yeah, it's
Yeah.
not gonna-
I was
I
like,
think they're
have to
telling a little white lie.
kind of thing. Yeah, I have to see it to believe it.
At least it's not an app
That's
like
yeah.
they did before.
It's a big
That's
jump.
all- yeah,
from
that's
this.
true.
So,
So what do you think about the camera?
Firstly, I think I really like how it looks. It looks so funny. It looks like what's the character on the back of Mario and Mario Sunshine with the big.
Flood.
Flood.
It like reminded me of Flood, or in a way, or like an old
It
telephone.
actually,
And also, I also am happy that you can connect any camera to it, not just that one. So you have to like pay for a Switch camera.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah.
You know, that's good.
Yeah, I didn't even.
And the camera
realize
actually, the camera actually sounds like FLUDD too. I don't know if you knew about that.
Really, like even
Like,
if you
plug,
like
you plug,
want to do
you,
the.
yeah, you
Oh, sorry.
plug it in and it goes, Mario, would you like to turn your camera on?
Mario.
Black Magic is my Nintendo Game Chat camera.
You could.
Like, would other
Yeah,
cameras
yeah.
even work
Yeah.
for like the
Apparently,
mini
yeah.
games that Mario Party are doing?
Yeah. It's just a camera. It's just your
I'm
face.
assuming, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's cool. Nintendo did that at least.
Yeah. But moving on, they next showed us some more technical stuff about the Switch itself. They showed us some specs, some features. Sleepy birthday boy. I know you're a technical guy. What do you think about the specs and how the Switch 2 is doing with all its guts internally?
They didn't show us enough about its guts internally. We know they've got the high refresh rate screen. Like, that's cool. We don't know how much RAM. We don't know what the chip is officially. I mean, we know what the chip is. Like, it's been leaked for a long time, but we don't like. They haven't confirmed what the chip is. Somewhere said the battery life, but that wasn't in like the conference. So it's like, much like Mario Wonder Elephant, they left a lot on the table that I would have liked them to talk about. It's like, how many RAM is in my Switch 2? How many gigabytes? They were like, hey, we got a lot more storage, and I'm like, that actually isn't that much storage. It's got like 4
No,
games.
the storage is the main letdown there. For me, I think.
Cyberpunk is confirmed to be on the 64 gig card. If you use that digitally, you're going to get like 4 games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's-
Yeah.
There is a
but yeah.
reason I have some games on the PlayStation and others on the Switch. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, HDR, cool, great, but it's LCD, so how good it can actually be. 120 FPS, that's more than I thought. Cool, great. Battery life is claimed to be anywhere from 2 hours to 6.5. If that's an official source, I don't know, but they said nothing about it in the actual direct, so they didn't.
2 hours.
Maybe they're saving it. Maybe they're saving it for the welcome tour. I don't. Maybe that's where it's all going to be.
We'll get to that.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
I think 4K output on the dock is very welcome, though.
Yeah.
I think
That would've
that's
been
very
fun,
nice.
Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah. That I mean, this
If you have a 4K TV at that.
if you have a 4K TV, but I don't know. It's just a very nice thing that this is gonna be able to somewhat keep up with the industry. I know it's not gonna be like the same level as the other consoles on the market, but the fact that I mean, we'll talk more about it later, but the third party stuff that we're getting is really exciting and stuff that you would have never you would just like never really think to see on a Nintendo console in any other generation. So that's cool. I also am a big fan of mouse mode. We knew
I
it was
am a
coming.
huge fan of mouse mode. Like, I honestly am like interested in using like a mouse. I just hate using the keyboard. But like the fact that I have a controller and then I get the mouse aspect, that's so sick.
Exactly. I think what they showed for Metroid Prime 4, where it's like you can aim with the mouse mode, but you use the stick to move. I'm like, I've always thought that would be the perfect setup for like an FPS. So I'm very excited for that.
Mhm.
That's why I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, I'm buying Metro Prime 4 for Switch too. Like that would be so.
Yeah, I'll buy
cool.
the Switch one and then an upgrade pack because the box art is ugly. But I'll be
Actually, I
playing
never even
it.
thought about that. That's pretty good.
I think the only problem I see with the mouse is that you have to have like a desk or something in front of you at all times to use that.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
you'd be on the floor,
That's
like, crouching
true.
down, like trying to play.
Like you're not gonna
Um,
like play on your lap, like with like a mouse,
Yeah.
like hunched over and like look at the
Like,
yeah.
You'll need something there.
Skill
in
issue,
front of
not
you.
good.
It just kind of hit me because
Um,
I thought about what James said about like, getting the Switch 1 version instead of Switch 2 copy, and then I thought about like what I would do, and then I thought about I have to get Switch 2 games this year, and that'll be new on my shelf, and I'm like wait, and then it just felt really weird that the Switch 1 games all those games I have will be like the old generation now, and like that's gonna be so weird, and it just kind of hit me like just now that'll look like that whole shelf will like no longer be like the current gen when that happens. That's really
It's
weird.
crazy.
Like it's like a reset
Yeah.
of like it's so weird.
I do want to mention something that has just kind of been on my mind, that the Switch generation has been, I think it's been the longest Nintendo generation, right? But
so.
wow.
So,
I think so.
Definitely.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
just like the fact that when it started, like most of us in this call were 13, and now it's like Brandon's 21,
I got a
and it's
Switch
like,
for my 13th birthday. Here we are, 8 years later.
I was 10.
yeah,
Some
and it's
people
just
are
like,
ridiculous.
I was 11. I got the Switch for my 12th birthday. Like that's
yeah, and it's like we were obviously around for previous Nintendo consoles, but this feels like the one that has properly been there and we've experienced the most fully. I mean, I'm
Pay for.
um
Damn.
so it does feel strange that this one is coming to an end and it's not going to be this anymore. I know that's how it always
Okay,
goes,
you're
but it's
guilty
just the
there.
time in kind of our age bracket specifically.
Yeah. And like suddenly
well, I mean,
like
yeah, because like our
Jason.
and then suddenly like our like Switch cases that we use all the time and like become obsolete, and like our accessories, and then like I said, like the 200 games in the shelf. I mean, like I know like they won't go away that quick, because like I'm sure we'll use them for a little bit, because like I don't know if I can get Switch 2 that fast, or like I know it won't become like the same way the PS5 wasn't instantly the new thing. Probably not as much, because that was a little different, but in that same kind of context,
Yeah.
it's just weird.
Yeah. I know the smart thing would be to sell your Switch, your old one, and all that, but I'm a sucker and just like keeping everything.
I may
So,
have hacked mine,
I'm
so
I'm
maybe
I'm
we
the
sell it.
same, but I
I'm just gonna hack mine.
Nintendo's the one thing, no, I didn't. I'm drunk. What?
He's here, guys. Get him.
I would sell my
He's admitted.
because I have the OLED and the old one. I would sell my old one to like go towards it, but like Switches aren't even like I could sell other things and get so much more money towards my Switch. Like there's no point in just selling my Switch where I can just sell other things and get $130. Like, do you know how much like Switch ones are going for? You can get one for like $100 right now, and that might be
you
like a little
can.
cheap, but like you can get one for like 120. Like you could sell other things and get more money.
Yeah. I also think like if you're gonna sell it, like I don't know, I want to do the system transfer. I want my stuff on the new one.
Yeah, don't do it instantly or
that's
before.
true.
Don't do it too prematurely.
Yeah.
And like Jason said, you can sell other things like kidney.
Yeah,
Yeah. You
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
need both of them.
Yeah.
And you also have to sell a kidney to afford the welcome tour. That's right. Basically the instruction manual. The only thing that's interesting about it looks kind of cute, but the only thing that's really interesting about it is the fact that they feel that they can charge for this.
why can't it just come preloaded on your Switch like Astro's Playroom, or like
It's literally Astro's Playroom, but
Yeah.
Switch.
yeah,
Actually,
like-
no, it's not even that. It's like you walk around and like read stuff
Yeah.
and like do little mini games. It's like Astro's Playroom, you can kind of play more and it's more of a technical showcase,
Yeah.
whereas this is like fun facts. The magnets are here.
Yeah, we're not like in 4 years
I'm
gonna
back.
have like Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour, the sequel that like wins Game of the Year. So it's not Astro Bot.
And this is even worse than the Switch 1's launch, because everyone was saying the same exact thing pretty much about 1-2 Switch, which was more of an actual game that was sold separately like this. Given it probably won't be $60, but like this one
They
is
can
not a
talk-
game and it's being sold separately.
I reckon it'll only
I've
be like a
heard-
few bucks, but still, just the fact that it's not packed in is
I
ridiculous.
heard 990 yen, which is like £5 to $7.
If it's more than $5, that's I don't want it, because that's more than Kirby's Dream Buffet, and that game was
There's
awesome.
still no reason for them to charge for it, even though the price is low.
Yeah.
Jack, you
Yeah,
gotta-
I heard this.
Okay.
I
You'll get your moment, Jack.
I've
Jack's got
seen
3
someone
minutes.
talk about
Jack's
apparently
got 3 minutes.
Reggie's
We'll do this
book.
after.
Okay, do you want to go first, Jack?
He was
Wait,
holding his
what?
hands.
No, wait, what?
I
No,
think
I'm
I
saying
think
Reggie-
Nathan's behind or something. I don't know.
No, Reggie's
What?
book. Is that what you're saying? Wait, what about Reggie's book?
No, Jack, I thought you were saying something because you had your hands
Brandon
up.
said Jack is 3
I
minutes.
hadn't started saying anything. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Okay.
Nathan, what were you
Um,
saying
anyways.
about Reggie's book?
I was
thing?
thinking, yeah, I seen so in Reggie's book, I seen this somewhere. Apparently I didn't finish it yet. I haven't finished it yet, but apparently Reggie talked about how when the Wii came out, like I don't know if he did or they had or maybe he did. I don't know. Anyways, I think he had to push Nintendo to make Wii Sports a launch title because they weren't, or a pack-in because they weren't gonna do it because they're. I guess what they thought was why would we not charge for like our hard work? Why would we make it free? but they pushed. But I think Miyamoto was like, seeing the potential or something, and then it was free. It packed in with the console, but
And people still play
I
it.
guess I don't think Nintendo likes doing. Yeah, I don't think Nintendo likes doing that. I think the Wii was just a fluke.
But it's like, even then, could they not just say the cost of this is included in the price of the system?
Yeah,
I-
exactly.
It's just strange.
I hope it.
But
I don't
um,
understand why it's not just on the console, like
yeah.
already.
Jack,
why you have
you
to go
gotta-
and download it out? Like,
Yeah, here's what I'll say. I before I have to go, by the way. This is I'm getting 3DS vibes from this, and this is why I think that, because I don't know if y'all remember, but when the 3DS first came out, it failed so miserably because it was priced too high and there was nothing at launch. And I'm sensing, not that Mario Kart isn't nothing, but like here's what I think, and I don't want this to segue too much into like the later topic, but if I'm cautiously optimistic that like the pricing, just real quick, is ridiculous for this. I mean, as like a calm before the storm before y'all talk about this, but like it's ridiculous, and so I'm hoping that like that it's not all just like, well, this is the new standard, guys, and then we just kind of give in. Like, we have to kind of be like, no, dude, like the 3DS, like we didn't buy the 3DS when that came out. And then they were like, "Oh, maybe it's because we were selling it for $280." And I mean, and people didn't want to buy Pilot Wings Resort, and then like nothing else. That's kind of like what it feels like. Where like Mario Kart, that's great. Are we really gonna be able to hold people over with Mario Kart and like ports of like Final Fantasy VII Remake and Yakuza 0 and like Hades 2 eventually? Like, are we gonna like be able to hold people over for that long? I don't know.
I mean, Donkey Kong is in July, so it's only like a month later, to be fair. But I get what you mean, and I do hope that they kind of see this backlash, and that the backlash hopefully leads to some action, that then they realize, like, oh, we have messed up, and we need to take it down a notch.
That's the hope, at least. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, go up until free and change, nothing else. That's what I think we'll do.
I'm just worried that people are gonna be like, all right, guys, well that sucks, but I guess I gotta pay this much money, and you're like, you could not do that. Like, you know, it doesn't have to be like that. I don't know. Not to get too heavily.
Mario Kart now. No.
Yeah, but I need it right now. Oh yeah. So, anyways, yeah, that's all I had to say.
Okay. Well, thank you for being here, Jack.
Thank you guys for having me. For having me. I mean,
You're like a member.
oh shit.
thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, thanks for having
Our
me, guys.
special guest.
Hopefully I'll be on the next one. No. But all in all, there's a lot of excitement here. Buy a Steam Deck. I'll see y'all later.
All right, we're back without Jack.
Oh.
But
Oh,
but the next thing that they showed us was the Switch 2 editions of Switch 1 games. So they showed us 6 of them, I think. So we've got Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Mario Party Jamboree, Kirby, Forgotten Land, forgot the name for a sec, Pokemon Legends ZA, and there was I swear there was something
Metroid
else.
title. Did you say Metroid Prime
I
already?
think that was it.
I didn't know Metro Prime. That's right. That's the one.
Oh,
I-
sorry.
It's so weird to me because you said Pokemon ZA and I was like, what? Because that game comes out next year and they're getting a
This year.
upgraded
No, it comes out this year.
Wait, when was it come out?
This
Oh,
year.
you're right.
They've
like
said
that's
this year, though.
Like
oh, okay.
2025.
I don't know. I just like the games that are coming out while the Switch 2 is out, and they're like Nintendo Switch 2 edition. It's like, just include it. Like the Switch 1 can handle it if you can include it. Like, it's really weird that they're like doing this for games that are coming out in like August probably.
I thought it is getting a Switch 1 edition.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like the edition.
Yeah, but so all of these have like performance improvements and resolution bumps and stuff. But some of them also, not all of them, but some of them have some added features as well. So there's like another mode for Kirby. There's some like app thing for Zelda.
Yeah, some of them have Google Maps. That's
Yeah,
what the
Google
Zelda
Map
thing
for
is.
Zelda.
Which I
Turn
need
right
a
at
terrible
Kakariko
route. That's
Village.
useful. I'm going to be using the hell out of it.
Yeah, that is actually pretty cool.
That's a cool feature.
But yeah, and I assume they'll do more of these going forwards. I mean, we don't really know how many, but they might kind of fill their yearly lineups with, hey, we're adding some more stuff to everybody want to switch, and we're putting the horse in a gimp costume, and it will be awesome, and everyone will love it. That'll be great.
Have you guys seen the Zelda footage yet? Any Zelda footage?
Yeah.
I saw
Bring a
footage
60
of them like
Hard play?
importing people's or like builds in general into the game instead of having to like copy them or like learn how to make them from other people's videos, like the Tears of the Kingdom builds. Like they're just in the gap.
I
and you
saw
could-
like a loading screen comparison, and it was a lot faster.
Oh yeah, I've seen some footage from Nintendo Life and Good Vibes Gaming so far of just them at like playing it, you know, off like a phone, just being a phone. But even from that, again, the loading screens, like you said, like so much faster. Just seeing the updated frame rate, it just looks so good, man. Like
Yeah.
I'm so glad I haven't played Tears of the Kingdom full. I mean I played it for a bit when it came out, but I haven't finished it, obviously. I'm glad I waited. I purposely waited the past like year or so to be like, Switch 2's probably coming soon. Probably have, you know, better frame rate, so I'm gonna wait. I'm really glad I did, because this looks. I think it's just gonna be a far better experience now.
Yeah, I think Tears of the Kingdom is the one, like, I'll do it for Metroid, but that's like a new game. But like, I think Tears of the Kingdom is the one that I already own that I would also be like, yeah, that's worth it to upgrade.
Yeah. And I think if you're a Switch Online member, you get the Zelda, at least the Zelda games,
You get the Zeldas,
for free. The updates.
Like, some games are getting free
which is cool.
patch as well, which is weird. And I was scrolling.
Yeah.
The joy of having a big screen chest out, I was scrolling. It's like a nice like red sort of bit of text, and it's just I become so.
I think what
Realizing
this
situation.
all like. I think what their kind of mindset here is that the free updated ones, there's like nothing added to the game except like updated frame rate or whatever, like
But that's
looks better.
Legends ZA
But
it
they-
has that, and they're charging for that.
But
Yeah, that's true.
is that
Yeah.
it's true? Because I was gonna say like
free frame
the
resolution, and they're charging for that.
I was gonna
but
say
Mario
that the
Odyssey's
Nintendo Switch
getting a free
version
one for
games
some
have
reason.
like something added to it. Like Kirby has an extra like level or whatever the mode, world, whatever that is. Zelda has all that new map stuff. Mario Party Jamboree has all the mouse stuff and all that new mode.
$80 Mario Jamboree.
We
So
had
it's all
ZA. ZA, that's like I forgot there was nothing
getting
new.
increased frame resolution.
Yeah.
That's it. But like Mario Odyssey, like Super Mario 3D World, 51 Clubhouse games, they're getting free.
Like even the Metroid 4 Beyond said that it was gonna have like some kind of 4K resolution involved, and then Pokemon's just like, yeah, it's higher frame rates.
Yeah, it's just increased. Pokemon is
Like, okay.
increased to what
you,
we don't know.
Pokemon.
Probably 720p.
Is anyone surprised though? It's Pokemon.
No,
like...
it's Pokemon.
No.
It's- They're in such a
Yeah,
dire situation for being the most like popular game franchise in the world in terms of money. Like they are the most. I have no words.
Highest
I'm
grossing-
losing words. How insane.
highest
they are.
grossing franchise of all time, including
Thank
everything.
You for like
Mhm.
grabbing that
Yeah.
out of my brain. Yeah, it's insane. It's like $95 billion, and they're not using any of those on the games for some reason.
I like suddenly wanted to play Pokemon Scarlet, like just play the game because I never played through it yet, but I started and I was like, wow, this game makes me depressed looking at it. Like just like the colors and just the performance and the way it looks. I'm like, I want to play it, but it just doesn't look appetizing. I don't want to eat it, you know.
Pokemon?
I would not put that game in my mouth.
No, I would not. Would
No.
not eat it.
That one tastes bitter before we even get to the cartridge, man. It's
Right there, you go.
That's what was
Bars.
missing from the direct, is they did not say what the cartridges taste like.
they did not give them flavors.
Yeah, do we think they're
Well,
gonna be
they're
bad
red,
still?
so I'm assuming strawberry.
Does the
or
GameCube
something.
card have a different flavor since it doesn't have the game in, so you can like tell the difference?
Oh,
So you could say, oh, this
Oh,
one's
yeah,
edible
that.
because it doesn't actually matter.
Yeah, That's so true though.
Yeah, but then we had a little smaller game announcement. I think this seems kind of like the arms of this system, although like
Yeah.
not as cool as arms.
Yeah.
And that's arms. So we had Drag X Drive, which is a wheelchair basketball game that you play by using both the Joy-Con as mice, and you kind of scroll along a table, and then you throw the Joy-Con up to do like a basketball shot. Personally, not interested at all. That does not sound like a fun gaming experience. Does anyone else have any
Yeah,
thoughts?
I do.
It just looks even like just dark
It's the
and like
weakest
very
game
basic
preview they
and
showed.
like just not doesn't look fun. Like just the whole like atmosphere of the game.
I know
It is
this
very gray.
Very drab.
this
Yeah.
goes for like the mouse controls that like in any mode, but I'm just scared I'm gonna scratch the hell out of my Joy Cons. Like, is
Yeah.
this gonna scratch my Joy Cons by going like this all the time?
I think so. Well, I think the like straps that they have, the new Joy-Con straps, add like a little bumper basically.
Yeah.
So that will be good, but
Yeah.
it's like if you're not using them, you probably are gonna kind of scratch up your rails a bit.
Yeah.
I'm
No one's
worried
using
about-
their special edition Joy Cons
Yeah.
with that game.
I'm just gonna break
No,
my
yeah.
magnet for
'Cause, like-
Nintendo Switch 2 welcome talk and tell me where they are.
Yeah, I
look
didn't
at
know. I didn't know
those-
not to hit that with a hammer, Nintendo.
Why did
Like,
why
you
did
look at
they play
Arms-
like
Yeah.
You look at Arms and you
I-
look at Dragon Drive and it's like almost the same kind of like gimmick of using the new feature the Joy-Cons have where you're stretching or you're
Mm.
doing the mouse, but it's like Arms is so colorful, has like a bunch of unique ideas and themes and
Yeah,
Characters.
it's an
Yeah,
actual
customization,
it's an actual
characters, it's
creative
like-
concept, whereas this is just wheelchair basketball.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
I,
like, but
I
it-
think it'll
yeah.
be like fun for 5 minutes. Just so you
But
know,
it's
pop
like-
in, play it for like 5 minutes, and then move on with your day.
Yeah.
But I know why they did it is because Arms didn't do well, you know. So it's like,
Mm.
okay,
Mm.
what if we went
This-
the opposite direction? And now it's like, okay,
Yeah, this is the one to me that feels like a tech demo.
Mm-hmm.
That this feels like, along with the welcome tool, this should be packaged in. It feels like, hey, look what the Joy-Con mouse mode can do, and then you're like, wow,
Mhm.
and then you put it down.
yeah.
But it's
If
like-
anything feels like 1-2 switch. What was that, or what was for?
Kinda, yeah.
Damn, once you switch had color and more than that.
and was $60.
Yeah, even still, 1-2 switch
was
was,
$60.
actually like fun. Like
Yeah, this might be like a full price game. That's a scary thought.
Yeah, once you
No.
switch was fun for an hour instead of 5 minutes.
If it's
Then you
more
put
than
it down.
30, that's like obscene.
It's more than
Doesn't it
one.
look like there's,
That's
like-
obscene.
It doesn't even look like there's gonna be customization for the characters or even other maps or like anything.
No.
It just looks
Just
like
looks so
that is the
ugly.
game.
So nothing.
Hey, at
I mean,
least
there might be more that they just haven't shown, but like I'm not
I hope.
super hopeful about it.
at least the 1-2 Switch wasn't $80.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Mm.
Yep.
Ooh, I love foreshadowing. But then
Fun.
after we saw about that game, we had a big kind of section dedicated to the third-party support on Switch 2, which is honestly really good, I think. Like, they opened that with Elden Ring, which is really cool. That's a huge game. And then they had stuff like Final Fantasy VII Remake and Hitman and Cyberpunk and all these really big modern games that are coming to
I
Switch
missed-
2.
I missed the
Grizzly
Cyberpunk one because that's when it was frozen. I think that's when the
Yeah,
stream
the
was-
US stream did
was
have
frozen.
problems. I
Yeah.
thought it was an
I
hour.
only knew about Final Fantasy VII because I heard it. It was we were in like me and my friend were like a university study room, and I was just like up close to the TV and just heard Final Fantasy VII remake. I was like, oh okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Wish
I
I could
thought it was
see
like a
but,
cool
yeah.
moment seeing all the third-party companies come up and talk and show themselves, and it's like
Yeah,
kind
that
of
was
a
nice.
big moment of like, oh, these modern games actually like know the Switch can handle their games and like want to come and like put their games on it, and like it was like a big thing of like the Switch being like a weak console to now it's like, hey, we're a strong console and we can handle all these games now. So I think that was like cool. And nice to
Cyberpunk
kinda
was
see.
not looking its best in that trailer. It looked relatively rough.
I mean, did it ever look good or not rough?
I mean, it took like 4,000 years, but they did kind of fix the game. But like, it's like for quite a few trailers, they were just aliased to hell, and it was not like compression artifacts. Like they don't know what anti-aliasing is, and it like
Yeah.
a lot of games were
But now
running
that they're
lower
on new
resolution than
hardware,
we
it's gonna
thought
probably
they
take them another 2-3 years to get it right.
Yeah, they'll be able to pull a lot out of it, but I'm just like, I want to see some actual specs. Like, tell me, like, what are we actually working with?
I think they're trying to show that
Over
with maybe like
handheld.
Elden Ring and like whatever Dusk Run is or Rusk, the
Rusk.
Bloodborne.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah,
neither of those, but
wasn't
we'll yeah.
it?
Um, um, but yeah, I think it's some really exciting stuff, and like even though they're obviously not gonna look or run as well as like PS5 or something, it is just cool that like we're getting it at all. It's like when we got like Skyrim and Doom on the Switch One. It's like this is stuff we have never had before on Nintendo consoles, and it's like Nintendo has been behind for like every generation, and it's like we're finally getting
Now let's
modern stuff. So I think
yeah,
I think it's
remake
cool.
like outperform the Steam Deck because there's been ways to play it handheld for years. That's the thing that's changed between the Switch One and the Switch Two is there's like genuine examples of handhelds that can run these new games. So it's just like, how is it going to stack up? That's going to be quite interesting to see.
Yeah, yeah. Um, but then we had another first party reveal. I will say the direct was kind of light on first party stuff, I thought.
Yeah, that's
It
why I
looked
said
great.
that what I said about it earlier about it being like not underwhelming, but like, where's all this awesome Switch? Like I know we got Donkey Kong and like Kirby and all that. There was cool. Like it was good, but you know.
But yeah, there was a lot of like they did a batch of third party reveals, and then they did some other stuff, and then another batch of third party reveals. And again, I know they want to kind of focus on that because it is like a huge thing that has been missing from previous consoles. But yeah, did feel a little light on Nintendo games basically. But we got another one, Hyrule Warriors: Age of Imprisonment. So this is like how Age of Calamity was a prequel to Breath of the Wild. This is a prequel to Tears of the Kingdom. Another Hyrule Warriors game. I like them. I feel like I get kind of tired of them after a while, but I think it's kind of cool that we're getting another one. And this one seems to be like focused much more on Zelda herself. Like I didn't see Link in the trailer at all. It seems like she's the protagonist basically, which is interesting.
I haven't played any I haven't played any Warriors game in general. So I have no idea anything about. I just bought this year, Age of Calamity, so I want to give that a try. From what I've seen, I know the complaint with Age of Calamity was like it's supposed to be set before Breath of the Wild, but they kind of changed it at the end where it's like
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not
they did a
travel's
whole-
involved.
Yeah, they did a whole time
Um,
travel shenanigan thing.
Yeah, so I think I'm hoping it's not the case for this.
I'm
They,
so
I
Something
think
that
they've,
this is
I think
genuinely
they've
a-
confirmed that this is canon, which I'm very
Yeah, so
thankful for.
That's good. I just know they did do that
Good.
with Age of Calamity, where it was like, oh yeah, no, this is a prequel kind of canon game, and then it's like the next trailer they showed it like they did the whole robot thing going in time, and it was like, okay, now it's not.
Yeah, and it seemed like a really cool idea that, obviously we know that Link and like the good guys basically lost that war that Age of Calamity is set during, and everyone was like, "Oh, that's going to be super interesting. That the game is going to
Yeah.
end with you losing, or are they going to make you play as the villains for the last section, so you technically win, but the characters still lose?" And then they just kind of made them win anyway, and we're like, "Oh, but it's not how it went." And it's like,
Exactly.
okay.
I feel like that was the only reason why they did that was to just cheap you out on the ending, which is like that
Yeah.
sucks.
So
And,
it's
like-
nice to know that this one isn't going to have that issue.
Yeah, I really hope it doesn't, and I really hope that like, I mean honestly like, I really didn't like Age of Calamity, so like I feel like that's why I'm like not like kind of like not worried about this one or getting this one. Like I'm really interested in the story part, but like honestly I think I'd either wait or just watch someone play it because like I just had that bad of an experience with Age of Calamity. But I mean, I did like the first one. The first one was good, and like
I like
actually
the first one is like Zelda fanfic, and that's why I liked that.
yeah, it was
Because
like
they
oh, I
hop
get to play
around
as
to
young,
they hop
yeah.
around to different games. Like you go to Skyloft and then to the Twilight Princess Hyrule, and yeah.
Yeah.
So that was that, and then we got a big thing that people have been wanting: GameCube games on NSO. Yippee!
Do you guys think the
When
are we
price will go
getting it?
down with
Purple
that
Planet.
too?
When are we getting it? When is it happening?
What is? Oh my
I don't
God,
know.
Purple
I don't know
Planet.
about the prices.
Yeah.
I don't know. They'll like add another tier.
Because-
The expansion pass.
No. So I'm saying like, right, but I'm saying like the fact that we've never had a GameCube virtual console. Like we've had a Wii one, we've had an N64 one in the past, and the Wii U. We've never ever had a GameCube one, and that's why GameCube games are so expensive, or at least like a handful of them are. I mean, like in real life. So I'm wondering if
okay.
they will finally go down for like the first time.
Maybe actually, yeah.
I didn't
Especially
know.
stuff like because they've
How will
got
this-
some really expensive stuff on there. They've
Isn't
got, like,
Pokemon XD on
Fire
there?
Emblem,
Yeah, it is.
Pokemon
And that's-
Colosseum. They showed.
Oh.
Did they show
Pokemon
XD as well?
Colosseum.
They said
No,
XD
but
Fire
it's
Emblem, what?
Colosseum and
Okay.
XD.
Fire Emblem,
Whatever the Fire
Path of
Emblem-
Radiance, and Chibi
Radiance?
Robo. Those are super expensive games.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we know that they're coming, so maybe those will drop in price. It's like when Paper Mario Thousand Year Door got remade.
Yeah.
The GameCube one plummeted in value.
That's what I'm saying.
Um,
Yeah, and even Coliseum is like a $140 game or something or around
Yeah.
that. So that'd be nice. Sell your
That's-
GameCube games now if you
that's
don't want them.
That's
How will
nice
this
to know that that's
affect the
expensive
Nintendo
because I had that
economy?
one.
How
The
does-
Nintendo economy. Oh well, we'll talk about the Nintendo economy. Jesus Christ. But
Sell your GameCube games now so you can afford them. The newer games.
I actually might.
that might be the move.
I
That
might
might
do
be
it.
the move.
I don't I don't think I can do it.
It has like 6 of them though, so it's okay. You have like 4.
He can't sell Disney's Magical Mirror starring
can't
Mickey Mouse.
sell
He
the
can't
hockey
part
one.
with that.
Can't do it. Not do it.
The sports ones. Or...
You'll probably get like $15 for that.
If that, like
Yeah. Yeah.
maybe like $1.
Can't sell
And
Jungle
that's,
Beat 2.
and that's Canadian.
Signed copy by everyone.
Oh my god, I
Over
forgot about that.
$100.
I forgot about that.
That makes it maybe worth like $1 more.
Or less.
What do you
There's a
mean?
bunch of random
$1 less,
signatures
yeah.
that they don't
Dude,
know.
They're just scribbled on it.
All that does is just make it a very poor condition copy.
Brandon French is on here.
Yeah.
But the birthday boys.
Donato
on there.
Max is on here.
It's like,
Oh my god. yeah.
oh wait,
Angie
Monado
Liam's
Max
on
is on
here.
there. I'll give you 20 cents now.
Dude, for real.
Donato Max.
It's
is
And that
on
wasn't a dig at him, by the way. That was just a joke about the
No,
signatures.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I meant that about
24-hour.
all
He did a
signatures.
24-hour live stream.
He did.
That was wild. I watched
He-
some of that.
He did 20. That was. I
We're
went
just
back.
all-
I
we're
seen his
glazing.
reaction. His reaction to the direct, and his voice was just.
Oh yeah, it was shot after that long. But yeah, props to him for that.
Yeah.
He was probably like
Also
Brandon
him.
is right now.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
A little eepy.
I'm so
But yeah, it's very cool that we're finally getting that, and we can play F-Zero GX online. That's what I'm there for. But yeah, it's cool. I hope Doshin the Giant maybe comes to other regions.
don't know.
Actually, I
Like Double
don't. I
Dash.
like that I have that and you don't. But then something that I just think is really cool. Like I don't even know that I'm that hyped for the game itself, but they announced a game called The Duskbloods, which is a new FromSoft game that is exclusive to Switch 2. And it's like this vampire thing that people are saying is basically Bloodborne 2. And it's going to be a Switch exclusive. And I think that's very cool.
Almost like how Bloodborne was a PS4 exclusive, but that was different because that system could obviously play that game. This is a little odd.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, this is a weird, because it's like a Nintendo FromSoft exclusive. Like you wouldn't. That just sounds like a weird. Who thought of
Yeah,
that?
yeah,
That's not real.
It was not on my bingo card.
Yeah.
No.
I didn't think like it was either like I didn't think Nintendo would be that like, crazy to have like a third party exclusive game, and I didn't think like a third party exclusive would want, it only on a Switch, but now it's
Yeah.
like this kind of shows
think-
I think how cool consoles.
Yeah, I think Nintendo would want it, but I wouldn't think that FromSoft would want to do that. But I think it shows the faith that third-party studios have in the system.
yeah.
Now that it
Yeah.
can actually run things at like more than 3 pixels at a time, it's like, oh, we can actually make stuff just for this, and we know that the system's going to do well. So it is cool. It's a cool thing to exist. And it's vampires. Wow.
Wow.
That's fun.
I love
Um,
vampires.
I love them. I love them. And after that, we had a little teaser for. I was very surprised by this, but we are getting a new Kirby Air Ride game. We have only ever
After they
had.
just announced Mario Kart.
Yeah, I did think that. It's like 2
Two of the
racing
3
games.
2 of the 3 first-party games are racing games.
2 or 4
Yeah,
Power
wait.
Warriors as well.
Oh yeah, for Horror. Well, so you know.
Well, they're publishing it, but yeah, it is very, very. I'm excited for it, but it does seem odd, and it's a weird thing to bring back. I mean, it was only one GameCube game, and then now they're doing this one, Kirby Air Riders, and it's directed by Sakurai, which is really cool. I don't know when he last did a Kirby game.
Yeah.
But a while ago.
I have no idea. I don't know what he's done. I know he's done Kid Icarus Uprising. But I think since then has he only done Smash Bros?
What if the last
Yeah.
one was Kirby Air Ride?
I knew they would never. Yeah.
Maybe,
they would
maybe
never
it's the only one they let him do.
Did anyone else think
Yeah.
that when
I'm
Kirby
glad-
was punching the star that it was a new Smash game because of
Jack,
the old Smash
I'm glad it
Ultimate
wasn't.
intro? I thought it was.
Jack,
I
Jack
remember
said
we were
that,
thinking
yeah.
it for a sec, but
I thought
I-
it was just new Kirby just because I didn't think they would bring back Sakurai for another Smash or just at all. And then
I
Yeah,
was
I-
thinking the whole time. I was like, man, the diehard Smash fans are like gonna be like so butthurt about this.
Oh my god,
Dude,
it is.
Sakurai's making Kirby and not Smash Bros. What
He's
do you
not directed a
mean?
Kirby since Kirby Air Rider is.
Oh my god! Wow.
That's amazing.
There we go.
Oh,
What year was Kirby Air Ride?
2003. That's earlier than I thought. I thought it was 2005.
Wow.
Also, voice actor King Dedede. That's insane. That's crazy.
Wait, Sakurai?
Yeah,
Oh, I think I did know that actually.
that's
but,
still
um,
he
crazy.
voiced. I didn't even know that he voiced King Dedede.
Dude, he's
That's
not
so
directed a
funny.
Kirby game since like in 22 years, and the one before was also a Kirby Air Ride game.
Do you think he'll voice him again for this one?
He's gonna voice Kirby for this one.
He's gonna. He just makes like inhaling noises, and that's it.
He's gonna voice them all.
Yeah.
He's gonna voice. I wonder if in this you can also play as like a dolphin and a cow, and like
Oh, I hope so.
that should be the
true, yeah.
Switch 2's whole thing is racing games where you can play as just random animals. But yeah, that's cool. We only got a little teaser for it, so a lot more to kind of find out about it.
For sure.
Yeah, but also speaking of GameCube games that are really high in price, Kirby Air Ride is one of them. So this is going to mean that people can experience what it's like to play that on the new one.
Mm-hmm.
What a time to be alive. And what a time it is. Because, huh?
Huh?
Were you going to sing?
What?
Maybe.
I don't want to stop you if you want to sing. Like,
No, that's fine. That's fine.
who are you looking for?
What have we been robbed of?
What?
So Donkey Kong Bonanza happened.
Yeah.
So this was a Donkey Kong Banana. That's the game. So this is another case of...
Where are you going? Are you that uninterested in
Oh,
Donkey
okay.
Kong? No.
I get it.
Okay.
I thought
He
you
just didn't say anything. He just left.
Stood up.
No, just ignore me.
He was done.
Okay.
Can I get one?
Can you get...
Oh, yeah.
We can share a banana soon, JR. Oh, okay.
cameo.
All right. Well, Donkey Kong.
Yeah. You know,
Why is this so hard to open?
because you're opening it like a really.
No, take your time.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys go. You guys go.
No, no
Okay.
rush. No rush. We'll wait.
Okay.
Okay, I
Okay.
joined.
So,
He's
Um,
unboxing it like it's a puzzle. It's a fruit.
Oh my gosh.
If what is worth, opening them upside down is genuinely easier, so I can't say anything because I open them upside down.
it's enlightened him.
I like the key light as soon as he had a bite of that.
I like that, Jared. That's good.
Instead of a burger, he eats banana and he gets like light powers, like light
do
shines
you
upon him.
do you feel like Donkey Kong Bonanza?
Can't stay focused. Why is he lit so well now that he's got a banana?
Genuinely,
This
some
is
like
what happens.
It's
Some
I actually know where that.
steam from
It's
that.
crazy. I know exactly where that light's coming from now that I've been in that dorm room. I know exactly where it's coming from.
He knows exactly where it is.
I know.
Enlighten us.
I'm gonna start
But
talking
Jesus,
about the game now. If
It's
that's
the
all right.
bathroom.
What?
It's the
Okay,
bathroom.
so we got a new 3D Donkey Kong game. This is the only one since Donkey Kong 64. That's the only other 3D Donkey Kong game there has ever been. And now they're doing this new one. I think it looks sick as hell. You can pick up chunks out of the ground and swing them around. That's all I've ever
Yeah.
wanted to do as Donkey Kong. So I'm very excited for this. Who's with me?
It's crazy how
I
long this
cannot
game has been
wait.
rumored for. Like how long have we been talking about a 3D Donkey Kong
I
game
remember-
Like 2 years?
for?
three
Like
years?
3.
I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember early in the podcast. I think I mentioned it at some point.
We must have
how the
predicted it
Odyssey
for a
team
direct
was
before.
working on-
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Odyssey team was working on a new 3D Donkey Kong game, and that was
literally
back in
every single
2022.
direct. Yeah, every single direct I was like, new Donkey Kong game, come on,
3D.
on. Like,
Yeah. it's been
Because my
rumored for
friend
ages.
said when I was watching, my friend said, "Oh, this looks like Odyssey," and I was like, "Oh, wait,
Yeah.
this is
yeah,
the game."
It was an Odyssey game, yeah.
It
What
does.
what
look
else
awesome.
it kind of looked like is Jack immediately said, "Oh, he thought it was a new Banjo-Kazooie because like there were eyes on like gems
Yeah.
and stuff." And then it's the new Donkey Kong, and it's like Donkey Kong 64 was made by Rare. I think it's really cool that they seem to be putting a few of Rare's trademarks into this as well. Obviously, we've got the new design, which I'll say
I love the new design.
I really like it. Yeah, he's so expressive is the thing.
Mhm.
And I saw someone did like a side by side of the new one next to him in Mario Kart 8, and it's like, yeah, how were we okay with how he looked before?
Maybe
yeah.
we're so used to that design, probably.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, because it kind of reminds me of a
yeah.
little bit of like the old school Donkey Kong almost. Like with the
I
eyes.
think it's what they're going for. Yeah.
Yeah. And he looks a bit more like the movie as well, which they're probably trying to
Yeah,
link with.
that's
that.
probably what they're trying to do.
Yeah. But yeah, it just looks really, really cool. I'm excited to be able to destroy like all of the ground. I wonder what the limits on that are. Like he's just starting like digging down and
Yeah.
ripping
Can I
chunks out of everything.
destroy the world as Donkey
Is there a
Kong?
goal to it? I never really heard if there was like a premise to the game or just.
It looks
At
like
all,
a
yeah.
collectathon. Like he was collecting like
Okay.
these like gems and stuff from out the ground and
Okay, yeah.
He's collecting banana gems.
uh-huh.
Bonanza.
But yeah. I think it was a very good kind of note to end the direct on as well. Like that's something people
And a good note
really
to
wanted.
end it
Yeah.
because
I do want to say
afterward-
though, the artwork looks amazing.
Oh,
and like the poster
does.
for it goes so hard.
Artwork.
It sucks that it's gonna be crammed on that little thing though. Because I wanted to take up the whole thing.
Adult elderberry gummies.
Oh, adult are the Yeah.
How in what way are they adult?
How many are you taking? Okay, good. You
They're
just shaked it so aggressively. I was like,
stone now.
whoa.
Probably jammed in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Probably elderberry
when
thing.
oh he's got the Flintstones now, he's gonna turn into Wilma.
I was gonna yabba do all over the.
He's gonna
Yeah,
yabba dabba
podcast.
do. Yeah, so that is the note that the direct ended on. And it left us with one big gaping question. We were all left wondering, what is the price of the Switch 2? And then Jeff Keighley tweeted, "What the flip?" And we all saw that this is going to bankrupt the entire world. So the Switch 2 is $450 US, and the games are where it really gets, I'll say it, fucked. If you want a digital copy, this is the big one. It's not all like this, but the big one, if you want a digital copy of Mario Kart World, it is $80, and a physical copy, I believe, is $90.
Wasn't the physical thing debunked?
Yeah,
I think
it was.
it's
just
really
recently.
confusing.
Well,
now.
Thankfully.
I
heard-
I know.
I think
What do you mean debunked?
Like, I
what do
heard
you
it was
think?
just a mistake. Like, I heard that they're going to be 80 across the board, which is...
physical's 80.
I don't know, because in the UK, on the UK store, it says different prices for digital and physical.
Yeah, but it didn't. It also didn't
still-
say that when I checked it for the U.S. So I think, and there was like something saying like Europe countries like messed up like the
Oh,
pricing thing or whatever.
okay.
Or like I
Point
don't know,
is,
if
it's a
I hope he's
confusing
so
mess right now.
there.
It is
Yeah.
it is a mess. But basically, we all thought maybe games would be going up to $70. Tears of the Kingdom did it. It's kind of the standard for a lot of like PS5 stuff now, and Xbox. I always forget Xbox even exists now, but it's like what they do too. So we all thought kind of like, okay, Nintendo were probably going to do $70 games, and then Nintendo's like, hey, $80 game, and we're like, what the hell, guys? We didn't mean for you. No, don't do that, please.
Yeah, because
It's
Donkey
insane.
Kong's 70, but Mario Kart's 80. So like,
Yeah.
what justifies
Yeah.
what price now?
Yeah, and also some of the like the Switch 2 editions at 80. So like Kirby and the Forgotten Land, that's like a 3-year-old game.
Yeah.
But like because it's a Switch 2 edition and it's got this new mode that justifies it being 80 apparently.
Yeah.
How is that $10
Really,
more
80?
than Donkey Kong?
Yeah.
Which is a brand new
Yeah,
game.
well,
Was
Yeah.
that confirmed to be like 80?
That's
Yeah.
confirmed. Yeah. Also,
Mhm.
Breath
That's
of the
crazy.
Wild, Switch 270. That's an 8-year-old game.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is
Yeah.
that kind of thing is nothing new for Nintendo, that they obviously don't drop their games in price. We know that. But it's still it's been a conversation for ages that like they release new or like they release old games on new hardware and still price it like it's a brand new thing. But it stings all the more when they're also now comfortable charging such a ridiculous amount
it
for it.
stings. It stings for me here in Canada, man, because like we always like games were 80 for us already, with like price adjustments and whatever. So now with the US being Mario Kart at least being 80, that just bumps us up to like over 100, which is ridiculous.
I think
I
it's
heard
nearly
of
100
Switch,
for us
yeah.
actually, because
The Switch, the base model of the Switch, Switch 2 is $630, which is
I-
wild.
I heard
in
it was
the-
like
and then the,
120.
in the UK
and then the
it's also
bundle
different.
is 700.
It's 98
Yeah.
US for Mario Kart World Physical in the UK.
Yeah.
I heard it was. I heard it
So
was.
we're
like
paying like
$120.
$100
That's
for
more,
Mario Kart Physical.
that's more than the taxes will be on the US, and then for
Yeah.
Canadian it'll be like 4 trillion. Yeah, 140 Canadian for Mario Kart World in the UK.
Yeah.
There's no way like Pokemon ZA is gonna cost $80 now. Is that?
I would really hope
Here's one
not.
for you: 728 Canadian.
There's
for the
no
Switch
way
2
that,
World
like-
Bundle in the UK.
It's just
It's like sorry.
it's just like also the fact that they left it out of the direct, because it's like
They know.
it feels
They-
like they
yeah.
knew that this was going to spoil everyone's hype, which it absolutely has. Everyone all over the internet is like, when the direct happened, they were like, wow, that's great. So many great games, looking really good. Can't wait to play this stuff. And then they saw the price, and it's like, oh my god, it's just put like this layer of like disappointment over everything that should be great. And it feels like they must have known that. Otherwise, why didn't they say it in the direct?
Yeah, I mean, did you see the Nintendo Treehouse chat today? 90,000 people watching.
Oh,
Every,
yeah.
every single chat message said price, like drop the price too high.
Mm.
That's
Yeah,
the
I
only
was
thing
literally
that
watching the
happened.
Treehouse the entire day today because I didn't have, I was just doing work and like literally the live chat. It was that the whole time.
That's 90,000
surprises.
people in near unison saying, "Hey,
Yeah.
price too high."
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It's
do.
crazy.
It's like what Jack said. I hope it does a 3DS thing where this kind of backfires for them. I don't know that it
If
will.
it's-
I think it's gonna do
Yeah.
really well, and especially that they've got a Mario Kart bundle that also does save a fair bit of money off that $80 game. It's like
Yeah.
I feel like it is gonna do
No.
very well at launch, and then they're gonna feel like, oh well, it's fine then, but it's not really fine.
My mindset is that this is my first time where I'm like old enough to and have like a job where I can actually get a console on. That was my thought before all this stuff. Is that I could actually finally get a console on launch and experience that. But it's just gonna be hard to do. It's gonna be like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have
a lot of
I
money.
I have money saved up for this console, and it's like
Mhm.
I have enough for the console, but like I can get it at launch, and I'll have nothing to play. I won't even have
Yeah.
the welcome tour.
Yeah.
And I think, James, you said this too, and I'm in the same boat. Like, I'm gonna want Mario Kart physical.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
I know I saved
Yeah.
money, but I'm a sucker, and this is my shelf,
Yeah.
and everything's here. I want it there. I don't want to just have it stuck on the console.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
like we could get the bundle and play it physical, and it'll be a lot of fun. But it will always be a thought in the back of my mind, and I assume your guys as well. That like I'll always be like, damn, I want the physical copy, and eventually I'll get it, so that thought will go away, and it's like, okay, well then I might as well spend that massive price tag now, so I don't buy the game twice, and it's like,
Yeah.
it's just a lot.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it really sucks about the whole like not not pushing for physical copies anymore. I mean, they're doing it in so many ways, like in pricing, in like the cartridge they don't really have the games
Yeah.
in it.
I
Well,
just
that's a
found out about that.
misconception.
What is happening with that?
that's a misconception, actually. So
Really?
yes, so they're doing these things that are game card keys that are basically like when they did those ones for the Switch 1 that it would just say like download code inbox. That's basically what it is just like also kind of has a cartridge in it, but they also have regular physical games. They have both. So, and you can tell because when they showed all that kind of little description thing about the game card keys, it had on the bottom of the game case like a description saying this is a game card key, this is how it works. But then if you look at the box art for like Mario Kart or Donkey Kong, it doesn't have that text. So they're actually going to be on the cartridge.
So is
And
all
Bravely
Okay.
Default does. So that's
Oh,
one
Like
of
a
the
certain
key
game.
ones.
Yeah.
so all that
Which
means
is crazy, 'cause that's a 3DS game. So like that doesn't need to.
does that just mean that like Mario Kart Tour you could like put it in one Switch console and play it there, and then take it out, give it to your friend, and he can play it too, or and then like for the other version, it's still on the card, but you can only pop it in once, and like you can't share it physically. Or whatever.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's just going to be something for like massive games that don't fit.
Yeah, I hope
on
it's
the
not
cartridge.
like too.
Such as Bravely Default for the Nintendo 3DS, which is the first game they got and they have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad it's not like an across the board thing, but I did also see that and think like, good God, that's like I thought it was the standard, but luckily it's not.
The existence of it is dire in the first place, but I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, they've only got 356 gigabytes of storage, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that's also like de-incentivizing physical games. Maybe that's also why they made the boxes like ugly. They were
Yeah.
like,
It's not gonna stop
We-
me because
yeah, no, I'm gonna get them, but like, every
Yeah,
time I put one on my
just-
shelf, I'm
now
like, I gotta.
I have gotten a bit better because there's been like games on sale in the eShop where they're they're on sale, and I don't.
It's hard to
I
pass
don't
that up.
really care if I have them. It's kind of hard because the Pac-Man World Repack was on sale, Doom was on sale, Undertale was on sale. I was like, I want to play these games. I don't want to just wait around to find a physical one. If they're like cheap right now, I'm gonna get it.
So, yeah.
I bought Ace Attorney trilogy as well.
Mm.
Like all this stuff. Like
I've done the same, but
That
then
only
I've
has a
always
physical
ended up
copy,
like
so.
I've done the same, but then I've always ended up like trying to find the physical copies later, and like that's what I know I do with like Mario Kart as well. And
yeah, I like especially from Mario. I would not be able to do that for Mario. Like
No,
get a
yeah.
digital game. I'd have to have the physical one.
especially as the first game on the new console, it's like
Yeah.
you would want your collection to start physical.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, like, especially like, you know, with us, like, you know, like I said the other day, like I literally only have 2 Nintendo Switch games that I like actually have downloaded digitally. Like
Yeah.
the rest are really physical and on my shelf and crazy, and it's like I would hate to stop that, you know?
Yeah.
No,
Like
yeah,
that would suck.
I
Once
like
you
being
run
able
out of
to, like,
space, I'll
I like being able to pull a game off the shelf and just look at it and not have to like boot up my system to look at what games I have.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I like the physicality of media.
Yeah. You appreciate it more, you know, when you have it.
Especially when you
Yeah.
buy it and you like can leave the store with a physical thing. It's like as opposed to just like paying $80 and you just like downloads and it's like okay, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least you have it.
As much as I run out of space all the time on my shelf, I always find a way. I always move something around. I can squeeze it in somewhere.
And the good thing is,
I love
sorry.
I love rearranging my shelf and like moving everything around, making everything look nice. So that's why I love physical stuff as well. It's like I just like displaying it, you know, seeing it there.
Yeah. My big thing with it too is that like you could resell the game if you need to at any point in time, whether it's 20 years from there or not. And then you can find physical games for so much cheaper. Like you could just go on a selling app and get a $60 game on the eShop for like 40. Even if it's like brand new, sometimes you'll find them for like 45. And then just games that just never go on sale you can find for so much cheaper online, physically. So.
But that's also why they don't want you to do it. Is because if you're and like secondhand stuff as well, if you're buying it used, and then also retailers take a massive cut, and it's like they want you to buy digital games because all the revenue goes to them that way. But like, it's just so much better for the consumer to have those options of reselling or like getting it cheaper and used and all that stuff.
And they have the incentives like, oh, you'll get $3 if you buy the $60 game digital, and you'll get 60 cents if you buy it physical, like with the gold points system. So
I will say this though about like the prices and everything. Like, I mean, truthfully, I agree with like most of it, especially now that like I kind of realize half this is going to be $80, not 70. But like I do feel like this isn't invalidating the price of the Switch and like the game prices and some of the other added on accessories, and like because we're gonna end up with a huge bill, probably way bigger than any other company's done. But I do feel like we are kind of getting upset with I guess like Nintendo, because like they're saying like, oh, they're greedy and like, you know, they're all this like just like I've seen like some just wild videos and just kind of really outrageous takes, and I feel like like we're kind of getting mad at Nintendo for doing something that like other companies have definitely done for years, you know? Like I feel like this is the standard of the game industry now, and it's
$80 is
80
not
is
the
not.
standard of the game.
$80
It is not at all.
no.
I think the console, like as much as it sucks, I think it being a bit more expensive, makes
That's
a
Yeah,
bit more
the
sense.
console
what
isn't
I'm
insanely
saying.
priced, just a little higher than we were thinking. The
It's
games
just
are
the
obscene.
games.
The games are
That's what I'm
unbelievable.
saying. That's what I'm saying. Like the games is outrageous. Like this is like definitely a new price, but this isn't anything
It's one way to
new
put
that
it,
a company is like doing. You know, like this is like PlayStation has been doing the $70 games forever, and like honestly, I wasn't cool with it either. Like my original thing was like the upgraded packs I thought were $70, and like at first I was like for $70 and they're adding more DLC and like extra content,
Nope,
like I
those
would
are
say it's like
those
way
are right.
better.
Those are
Yeah,
actually
way
really
better
good.
than like PlayStation literally doing what
$80
Pokemon
game.
is doing with
at
like,
least you can pay to like just get the upgrade itself if you already have the game. That's I'm glad about that for certain
Yeah,
games.
that's
Yeah.
better.
I
was-
It's not.
My point was that PlayStation is like doing the $70 games, and it's literally just for better, higher quality frame rate, and like Nintendo's at least adding more DLC or whatever to some of them. But yeah, I mean now it's like
We
now that
added
it's
Google Maps
$80.
to
It's
Tears
like
of the Kingdom. That'll be $80, please.
yeah,
That's what they're doing.
but like
I mean, it's. I don't think there's anything that can actually justify it. Like,
No.
yeah, now that
there
it's
really
80,
isn't. Especially like, I mean, not to get too like real world issues, but we're not. It's not exactly easy to get by. Like,
Things cost.
you have to take like a small loan from the bank to buy like a kid's cheese string snack, and it's like,
It's true.
imagine a child going up to their parent and saying, "Can I have Mario Kart, please?" And then the parent looks at the price, and it's like, "Oh my god, that is like a full week of food for a family." And it's like,
Mhm.
yeah.
how
That's
how
what we
can
could
you?
do for a family
yeah.
of four.
I'm
That's
not
what
trying to
they-
justify the
Yeah.
price. I'm just saying like
No.
from a business point of like Nintendo as a company, that's why they're doing it. It's like just to like keep up with like the other competition that's around them.
They're
you
going
know?
beyond the competition.
If they wanted,
Yeah.
if it was about being competitive, they would price it lower because they want people to see that, like, oh,
Yeah.
Nintendo are selling their games for cheaper. I'll get it there. Like, if it was about being competitive, they wouldn't price it higher and make it less accessible.
Yeah. I think like, you know, because they got to price it up to make you know, they got to please all the really like, you know, like for years people were like, oh, PC is like the thing to get and it's better than like all these other gaming companies, even though they're like way more expensive. And now these companies are like, okay, we want to be on the PC level because like, you know, we want to be, you know, good in quality. And now it's like it's jacking up the price, you know, because like they're kind of itching closer to like that kind of PC level of gaming, you know. Whereas,
I
like,
guess I don't see what you're getting at. PC games are usually cheaper, and the $80 price tag is good for Nintendo.
I meant like their
Horrid-
hardware, but
Now, hardware is
The
a
hardware,
little more
yes.
expensive than we were thinking, but it's not obscene.
No, the hardware is like,
It's
I'm
like
totally
fine.
okay with that. The hardware I always think is an investment anyway. That like, you're paying that for basically the access of like the next. In the Switch's case, it was like you're paying for the next 8 years of all these experiences, and it's like that's fine. I think like phones cost so much, and it's like, yeah, I understand why the console costs as much. It's just the games being that expensive is like there is no reason for that.
Mhm.
yeah, no, absolutely not.
Yeah. So that was a big kind of
Bit of a letdown,
sour
wasn't it?
patch
I do feel like-
covering the whole
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
I do feel like yeah, I think what people are most afraid of is like other companies are gonna start doing this $80 thing. Like look at GTA 6. I saw someone actually like
Yeah.
give a good example for that. It's like, are they gonna price it maybe even more now because like this is also a long awaited game, you know, like the new Mario
Yeah.
Kart.
Yeah.
People are
And
saying
it's
they
like,
need to do no way.
And like
Too bad.
this is where I kind of see it is like, I mean, Nintendo got me because, you know, I'm a big Mario Kart fan and I've been waiting for a new Mario Kart for 10 years. But, you know, they got me, you know, they got me. And, but like, just because of just that fact alone, but like GTA, I could care less, you know, like I see
Yeah.
$100 on that or $80 on that. I'm just like, yeah, no. Because like,
I'm like, I'll wait till
wasn't
it's
into-
20, thanks.
Yeah, it's like because I
Because
wasn't
also
into
that,
GTA like that, you know. Like
because
it's
also
not,
GTA would drop in price, Mario Kart won't. That's another
that's
thing.
also true.
Yeah.
But like, even if so that they decide not to at all, like I still, like I wasn't into GTA like that, like really ever. Like I played GTA 5 a little bit, like with some friends in middle school, but like, you know, but they don't got me like how Mario Kart has me. That's why it's like, I feel like, you know, the average people are probably not going to be into this or not going to want to actually like buy this, at least quite
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah,
And, like-
it's going to be a very hard sell for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But to end the episode, we'll go around the room, and I just want to ask, what are your general feelings towards the console and everything we've seen? And I assume that we all want to get one at some point.
At
Um,
some point.
At some point. So I will ask, what are the plans there? Are you planning to do it this year, launch, or is it just like a whenever it happens kind of thing? Birthday boy, would you like to kick us off there?
No longer birthday boy. It's after midnight.
You're the guy at the sleepover who's like, it's tomorrow now.
Tomorrow now. The carriage has become the pumpkin.
See you tomorrow, guys.
I'm the guy who, like, after midnight is like, well, I haven't seen you since last year, and that's like, that's not New Year's at all.
It's just April.
Controversial statement. I will be getting the Switch 2 at some point. I don't think at launch. I don't think I'm convinced enough by the lineup to, like. I'm like, oh my god, Donkey Kong Bonanza. I take all my money.
Do you
Mario
think
Kart's,
it's
like, cool, but
do you think
I'll play
it's likely to be this year, or do you think it's going to be further down the line for you?
I'm not gonna push for it. But probably it'll come out, and I'll be like, oh damn, it's out now. So it'll probably be this year. Chances are. I know what I'm like. I'll probably get it this year at some point.
Hmm.
Probably launch.
Yeah, Jason, how about you?
I'm gonna try my best to get it at launch. I might like leverage graduation money or just like take a portion of that if that doesn't just go straight towards college. That's what I'm trying to say is like I kind of have to like decide where to like which baskets to put my eggs in here because I have to like stuff
No, I'm the same. Yeah.
for money and I've been like selling a bunch of stuff and then getting like a lot of like a good chunk of money, so I can maybe just do that and just like put aside a portion of it for the Switch 2. But I'll try my best to get it. I mean, that's really soon. That's in 2 months. So like I don't know how I can figure that out
Which
by then.
also,
But
on that, the fact that the announcement for this direct was also 2 months ago, and we thought like, wow, that's so far away, and now
true.
and now it kind of came up so quick that console launch is going to be here really sooner than we even feel like it's going to be at this point.
Yeah, and that's the day
On
before
Saturday,
I
it's
graduate
2
too.
months away.
Is it the day before?
Yeah.
Wow,
Ooh. Yeah.
busy times.
Crazy.
JR, what are your feelings?
I mean, I think definitely some of the prices are like way too jacked up, especially the games. But I mean, I think 450 honestly for the base game is like a little fair, especially comparing it to like some of the other new gen consoles like Xbox and PlayStation. And like I feel like they have some of the enough like resources to kind of show and prove that. But like I've also definitely had money saved up for a while, so I might get it on launch. And also just because Mario Kart, they got me like that, so like
Yeah.
that's like one of my most anticipated like games of like all time, so that's probably why too. But
Yeah. For me, I would like to try and get it at launch. Like I said, I have money saved, but it's a similar thing to what you were saying, Jason, that I've got to kind of like choose wisely where my money is going. Because I'm working on a short film right now. If I go over budget for that, I'm going to dip into that Switch 2 fund. Like, I'm prioritizing the film over getting the Switch 2 on launch. That said, I would really like to get it on launch. It will be the first console that I've got at launch, and that was something that when I kind of saved up for the console, I was very excited to experience, which is slightly dampened by the fact that I will definitely not be able to afford a game at launch. So if everything works out and the film does not go over budget, I'll get the console at launch, and then I'll be working a bit in the summer, and I'll use that money for Mario Kart. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. But does feel a little. It is very annoying that if I get the console at launch, I just won't have anything new to play on it for like a couple months. Is annoying, and that's just because the prices are so high, which is a shame. But Nathan, what are you feeling?
Yeah, I think I'm probably gonna get it at launch. Again, the same boat as JR. Mario Kart kind of selling me a bit because I love Mario Kart as well. I've been waiting like 10 years for this. It looks really good. I'm really excited for that. And then also what's kind of selling me is being able to play like Tears of the Kingdom with like 60 frames, 120 frames, and like better visuals. That's kind of exciting to me as well. It's gonna hurt, especially here, it being way more expensive. But again, with what you said, James, first time like I've been able to get a console on launch, and being able to experience that. So it's gonna hurt a bit, but I'm excited. I think.
Yeah. I will say lastly though, like I think my big thing or my big point with like what I was trying to say earlier is like Nintendo is trying to join these like trends now and like these kind of bad trends that like the gaming industry now has, and like it kind of really sucks because like I was really happy that they were the company that wouldn't do that, and now they kind of are becoming that company.
Less so anti-consumer now, and they know they can get away with it. That's what they're doing.
Yeah,
But
it is a shame, but I think
Hey, Donkey Kong Banana as well.
on the positive side, Donkey Kong Banana, and we are on the cusp of a new generation for Nintendo, which that in itself I think is very exciting. The Switch generation has been long, and like I said earlier, it has been kind of the defining era of Nintendo for a lot of our growings up, and now we get to be here for something new, which is cool, even if it costs a mortgage. So that's something. And yeah, that has been episode 22 of the Tipping Stars podcast. Thank you all very much for listening. Please, if you haven't already, put a second happy birthday Brandon in the chat.
happy birthday, Brandon!
Have it be like the Nintendo
Happy
Treehouse.
birthday.
Instead of saying price too high, it should be happy
birthday.
birthday.
Yes, put it in the Nintendo Treehouse chat.
Please put
Please.
it in the Nintendo Treehouse chat.
Let's also
Give them a
mention that
break.
it's been this is the first digital recorded episode since December of 2023. So
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Just
Yeah.
crazy. A lot has happened since then. Yeah.
So little.
Wow. Yeah. But yeah, hopefully we will maybe do another one before like this year, perhaps.
probably
maybe?
in May.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At
And
the
then,
very
Oh
When
least.
yeah,
the-
happy 2025, everyone. Forgot to
Happy
say.
2025.
Yeah,
Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year.
You could do
Happy
one
Christmas,
April now.
Halloween.
Whoever gets this if any of us end up getting the Switch 2 on launch, we can do a podcast around the day, kind of our thoughts in the first
Mhm.
week or so.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Should be fun.
guest.
There's-
There's Nintendo Switch 2.
There's going to be a lot to talk about in the coming months and coming year, I guess. So hopefully there'll be more of us saying words in your ears. And with that, we will end the episode there. Thank you very much for listening, for watching, and good night.
Goodbye.
Good night.
Oh yeah, wedding.
Jazz hands.